the loop, man of God, pass the loop, man of God, pass the loop, man of God, man the Bible, it is true.
I do believe that as we begin to invest more intentionally into the process of what the future looks like, we will no longer be bound by the memory of our past. I believe, hear me, that everyone under the sound of my voice this morning, that you have been chosen by God to effect change. And the Bible is replete with scriptures that let me know that whatever's going on in your life, God is going to work that thing in your favor, because he's depending on you in this season to be a game changer. God is going to use you to change the situation in your family, at your job. God is going to use you. Wherever you go, whatever your hand touch, God is going to use you to effect change. Oh, I need somebody to believe that God can use them to do that this morning. See, in the world, this is how we move, right? In the world, we understand, we do, then we believe. But in the kingdom, in the kingdom, we believe, we do, we look back, and we say, I understand. But have you ever looked back over your life at some things that God did for you, and you didn't understand it when it was happening, but now when you look back at that thing, you can testify, Lord, I understand. I understand why I had to go through that. I understand why you had to take this. Somebody shout, I understand it now. When God is going to use you to effect change, when God is going to use you, here it is, to be a game changer, he will promote separation. He will strategically separate you from some people and some places, because he's using you to be a game changer. He will strategically move you from states, from cities, from fraternities, from sororities, from religions, from traditions, because he's using you to be a game changer. Come on, Big Mama, help me make it plain. You remember the china cabinet that had the good china in it? I'm talking about the good china. I ain't talking about the plates that everybody use every day. I'm talking about the good china that couldn't nobody use and couldn't nobody touch. You use them on special occasions. You keep that separate. Why? Because you can't make that casual. Well, I've come to tell you, you good china. When you good china, you can't blend in with everything else. Stop trying to be like the commonplace. When God has called you to be good china, he says, I've set you aside because I'm going to use you as a game changer. He's not going to provide the information while you're in the crowd. You can come to church and get a word, but you will receive the revelation when you're at home in your closet by yourself. You can lift your hands in the crowd, but it's not until you're driving in your car alone that the Spirit will hit you and tears begin to flow. Because God says, when I separate you, now I can start to give you information. I remember one of the most horrific times in my life, and when everything that I depended on disappointed me. And I found myself in the closet crying out to God. And through my tears, I heard the Holy Spirit say, now you found rock, build. You're not hearing what I'm saying. It was at the lowest time of your life that God says, now you on solid ground, build. You weren't ready to build at first because you was building on sand. You were building on feelings and you was building on emotion. But when you've gone down low, I need about 23 folk that know what it feels like to hit rock bottom and then hear God say, build. See, here it is. Because every time the earth is moving underneath your feet, it ain't always the devil. Sometimes it's not the devil, it's a shovel. Sometimes it's God moving stuff that you won't move yourself. Because he knows if you build right here, you're building on sand. So God will move some stuff until he hits something solid. Stop crying about, come here, let me talk to you. I've come to talk to those that are crying about stuff that's gone, about people that left, about people that walked out. They left because they were sand, honey, they weren't solid. If they were solid, they would have stayed. Stop crying over sand and start shouting to God that he put you on something solid. So, when I was younger, my mother used to have a garden on the side of the house. And every summer she'd have my brothers and I tilling the ground to get the garden ready. My mother didn't have a lot of patience with us because we were doing it and we didn't want to do it anyway. Mama would come and take the shovel. She would come and say, give me that shovel because you ain't digging right. You're out here halfway digging. You're taking your time. We should have had seed in the ground by now, but you're taking your time digging. Mama used to say, you're moving like Methuselah. Come here. For people that are not Bible readers, Methuselah is the oldest man that ever lived in the Bible. She said, give me the shovel. You're moving like Methuselah. You ought to have the seed in the ground by now. Come here. I come to talk to somebody this morning because you're moving like Methuselah. You should have had the business already. You should have written a book by now. You should have gone back to school by now. Your seed should be in the ground by now. You're not digging yet. Somebody shout, start digging.
Man of God, Pastor Luke, man of God, and the Bible.